Ernest, Ernest James, Mr. Ernest James. I would like to bring him up. If I could find you. See if we could spotlight you.
Here.
There we go.
I don't know what happened. Some kind of changed. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I can't see anybody. Hold on a second. All right, all right. Thank everyone for being here. Thank everyone for this opportunity. Real quick, if you don't have a piece of paper, a pen and paper available, please grab it. I know our time is limited, so I'm gonna try to give as much information as I can real quick. So I would hope that everyone writes down what they can. That way, we can get the most out of the time frame that we have. Again, first of all, let me say my name is Ernest James. I am the host of Deal to Heal with E. James podcast, where my guest and I discuss topics and ways to help us to heal in every area of our life. I'm also a mentor, a minister, a fatherless daughter advocate, and amongst other things. I'm definitely grateful for this opportunity to be here to speak with you all. Thank you, Kalita, for having me, and Elevate to Thrive. And most of all, thank you all for being here, because it shows growth on your part that you're taking out the time to invest in yourself. Because a lot of times we invest in different things. We invest in cars, clothes, and money, and all these things on the outside. But we rarely do we always take the time to invest on the things that's going on the inside, which is really what makes the impact in our lives. So again, thank you all for being here, for taking the step to invest in yourself. So briefly, before I get started, as I was listening to us, as we were sharing, one of the things that came up was being able to forgive yourself. And while this wasn't a part of my original presentation, I just want to drop this in because I think it's very important. So when we're thinking about forgiving ourselves, we want to look at the word self as an acronym. Okay, so we want to look at the word self as an acronym, which is FELF. And so when we're considering forgiving ourselves, the first thing we want to look at is the S, which is think about the season of life that you were in when you made the offense, right? And the season of life can be several things. If we just want to go by age, how old were you when you made the offense? So you might be having a hard time forgiving yourself now that you're 45 for something that you did when you were 25. So you have to acknowledge the season of life that you were in when you made that offense, right? So the second thing is the E. Recognize the emotional space that you were in when you made the offense. Because depending on what we're going through emotionally, that affects our actions. So a couple of years ago, when my mom passed away, I was an emotional wreck. So some of the decisions that I made at that time, I may regret now. But if I take in consideration my emotional state at the time when I made that offense, then it's easier for me to forgive myself for doing it. The next one is the L. The L is for limited information. Recognize the limited information that you had at the time that you made the offense. Me, myself, for example, the last couple years, I've really been getting into personal development, learning more about myself, how I think, how I operate, getting in touch with my emotions. So the information that I have just concerning myself now at 45, I didn't have when I was 25. So when I think about now, and that's one of the reasons why it's hard for us to forgive ourselves for things that we did in the past, because we're judging ourselves for the person that we are now. We're judging ourselves from the viewpoint of who I am at 45. And I'm looking at my 25-year-old self and saying, you should have known better. No, I shouldn't have known better because I'm not 45 yet. I haven't gained those years of experience yet to make me to be able to look back on myself and make that decision. So the L is for limited information. Recognize that you had limited information at the time of that offense. And lastly, which is the F, which is forgive by remembering that you are doing the best that you could at that time. Remember that at that time that you made the offense against yourself, you are doing the best that you could, the best that you knew how to do at that time. And because now you know better and you can do better, you can forgive yourself for what you did in the past and move forward knowing how to make better decisions in your future. And I hope that was helpful for someone. Again, that wasn't a part of my presentation for today, but yet and still, I hope that it was helpful to everyone.